People pray because they need to pray. Understand? They feel that they're doing something. Therefore, the Master can hear them. If you feel that you don't need to pray because you're convinced absolutely that Master knows everything and always everywhere, then you don't pray. It's even less work for both of us. One don't need to talk and the other don't need to hear. Everyone is different, you know. There's no fixed rule.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, and Thai.
Afectuosos saludos, inspiradores televidentes. Mi nombre es Ninfa, desde Ciudad del Este, en la bondadosa Paraguay. Paraguay, en lengua indígena, significa río que pertenece al mar. Sus onduladas verdes colinas, sus ricos suelos y sus exuberantes bosques pristinos impresionaron tanto a los primeros exploradores que los llamaron un segundo Edén. Con numerosos grandes ríos, lagos cristalinos y exuberantes humedales, han alimentado una notable civilización con un rico patrimonio artístico. Paraguay también comparte el segundo acuífero de agua dulce más grande del mundo, el acuífero Guaraní, con 3 países vecinos. Los paraguayos manifiestan un amplio espectro de relaciones armoniosas entre el hombre y el agua y entre el hombre y la naturaleza. Las abundantes bendiciones de la naturaleza han ayudado a los paraguayos a perfeccionar el arte de la hospitalidad. Es una alegría compartir con ustedes un vislumbre desde la cautivadora Paraguay. Oramos para que cada día sea un milagro, aguardando por suceder en sus vidas. Durante más de 3 décadas, la Maestra Suprema Ching Hai ha iluminado nuestro mundo con sus enseñanzas divinas. Una maestra totalmente iluminada imparte el método Kuan Yin de meditación a aquellos que desean descubrir inmediatamente la naturaleza de Dios interna y alcanzar en una vida la liberación eterna del ciclo de la transmigración. El método Kuan Yin ha sido practicado por todos los maestros iluminados, tales como Buda, Jesucristo, el profeta Mahoma, la paz sea con él, y Gurú Nanak, y muchos más. Ella enfatiza que si siempre recordamos a Dios, ofrecemos servicio desinteresado a otros y seguimos las leyes del universo, alcanzaremos nuestro potencial más elevado como humanos y comprenderemos verdaderamente nuestro propósito en la Tierra. La Maestra Suprema Shin Hai es un extraordinario ejemplo viviente de compasión, enviando frecuentemente asistencia material y financiera, además de amor a los refugiados, a los desamparados, a las víctimas de desastres naturales y a otros que necesitan ayuda. En el 2006, ella recibió el Premio Gusi de la Paz, considerado el Premio Nobel de la Paz de Oriente, y ha sido honrada a través de los años con otros numerosos premios y galardones por sus excepcionales obras filantrópicas y humanitarias. Una verdadera voz para nuestros preciosos amigos animales. Ella promueve la pacífica y amorosa dieta a base de plantas y prevé con el despertar de la humanidad hacia lo sagrado de todas las vidas, un tranquilo y glorioso mundo completamente vegano, donde los animales y las personas vivan en dichosa armonía. Sus iniciativas para difundir la tendencia vegana son diversas y han incluido la distribución del volante de vida alternativa, la cadena internacional de restaurantes veganos Loving Hut, Supreme Master Television, además de hablar regularmente con influyentes líderes de gobierno y medios de comunicación y participar en conferencias televisadas sobre el cambio climático, tanto si somos conscientes de ello como si no. Sus esfuerzos han tenido una enorme influencia sobre la conciencia mundial del estilo de vida amigable con los animales y de cómo esta benévola forma de ser puede traer paz duradera entre las naciones a la vez que salvamos nuestro planeta del cambio climático. A lo largo de los años, la Maestra Suprema Shin Hai ha viajado por todo el mundo, desde las Américas hasta África, desde Europa hasta Oceanía, y ha ofrecido cientos de discursos al público y a sus discípulos sobre una variedad de temas espirituales. Hoy somos bendecidos con la presentación de una de estas reveladoras conferencias titulada El Maestro siempre ha estado contigo, parte 3 de 3 en Entre la Maestra y los Discípulos, dada en inglés el 22 de diciembre de 1992 en Pingtung, Taiwán, también conocida como Formosa.
Next. Who's next? Yeah, behind you.
Oh, well, going back to Mary's point about praying, I'm not sure when to pray because I know that you're with us every time,
Right.
every time, and helping us make whatever decisions that we have to make. So I guess if you're with us every time, then what's the use of praying when you're always with us? And I mean, people tell me to pray to you every time that I'm in trouble or something, but then I know that you're with me all the time. So if you're there with me,
What's the need to pray, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's the point. I'm not sure why you need to pray when you're with us all the time.
Oh, that's good. Then you don't pray. Save energy.
Thank you.
Right? People pray because they need to pray. Understand? They feel that they're doing something. Therefore, the Master can hear them. If you feel that they don't need to pray because you're convinced absolutely that Master knows everything and always everywhere, then you don't pray. It's even less work for both of us. One don't need to talk and the other don't need to hear. Everyone is different, you know. There's no fixed rule.
Master, you have told us that there are many other planets in the universe with human beings like us. Do they speak the same language like us?
They might do. They might do. Maybe you're surprised to hear English in Mars. Maybe you hear Chinese in Venus. Who knows?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. It's a preacher, and he's in church, and in this area they haven't had rain for a long time. So he said, tonight we're going to have a special service, and we're all going to pray for rain. So they said, okay. So at 7 o'clock, everybody goes to the church, and there's a little boy who's going with an umbrella. And people said, are you crazy? It's not raining. Why are you bringing? Well, he said, we're going to pray for rain, aren't
And
we?
it's going to rain, yes. Yeah, right.
He was the only one that really
have faith. Yes. All the people said we pray, but it never happened, right? It's true. The Chinese people, they do the same.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, in the most of the funeral ceremony, people, they put a lot of money, paper money for the deceased. Yes, because they believe that they will need it in the netherworld. Yeah. But on the other hand, they get all the priests and all the monks and praying for 49 days and all kind of penance for the soul, because they believe in that case the soul will be liberated and go to heaven. But fancy giving money so that they can spend in hell. Yeah. They just make sure, both ways. They pray, but they know it's not effective. Therefore, they prepare for hell. Pray for heaven, but prepare for hell. It's very safe.
Yes, this is an experience that I have, but I was not in normal meditation. I was sleeping, and then sometimes when you're sleeping, you can be conscious so you can start thinking what you want, and it's not a dream. No. So then I said, well, I will begin to repeat the 5 names like the meditation in that moment. Then when I began, I start to hear a very strong sound, or like a frequency, and I don't know what it was, and the sound become more strong. Then I began to repeat your name, and the sound continued, but it was very strong. So I don't know what is this. So if that is good or not, because it was very strong, not very comfortable.
You're not used to it. It's good. Just let go. Okay.
Does it necessary if you are a Catholic or Protestant, and when you come into this learning the Huanqing method, you leave your religion?
No. Anyhow, you don't leave your religion, because our religion is my religion. You're inside. Okay?
Okay.
And no need to bother about all this mundane name, all right? Go on with your experience, your inner search, and leave all the names outside. Okay?
Okay. And also the second thing, it's the experience that I have, that, on the outside, externally, it's like a week before this 7-day retreat happened, I was the leader of a Catholic group, and so we're supposed to have a camping stuff for it's called the Vietnamese Eucharistic Youth Movement. It's like the Boy Scout, and it's supposed to start on the 20th of December. When I meditate, I do not think about it, but once I talk to myself. I go, I wish that I could come here, and then suddenly, somehow, like the week before the retreat happened, the leader in the Eucharistic Youth Movement they changed the day until late in the January, and then that's why I could come here. And thank you.
You're welcome. That we can do. We can change the time. It still happen, but later. All right. Anything else?
I've heard you talk about UFOs before.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering if...
For the children.
For the children? The pyramids that exist around the world and that kind of thing, it's always been kind of a curiosity with me if it had anything to do with, celestial beings, or if it was just a religious, symbolic thing that ancient cultures had built up. But it's just so many mysteries that people still don't really understand why there are similarities in different continents and things of that nature. I was wondering if...
It's just one of those things.
Just better
just
to remain
like,
a mystery. Huh?
Well, whatever happened in the past, we forget it. We don't worry about pyramids, actually. We worry about our self-nature. Right. Let's come back to that most important point. Yeah. Otherwise, we stray around with different astral spirits, seeing and medium and invisible beings and message from the sky and all kind of understand? Make trouble. We have to learn to remember that we want to look for the Supreme Self. And anything else doesn't matter so much. Huh?
Is there a spiritual connection with these other beings and things?
There is always spiritual connection in any age. But whatever the build is has nothing to do with it. All right? For example, we have spiritual connection now, but we don't build anything. The church we're having is fantastic. Is naturally made. You see our church? Beautiful. So in 2,000 years to come, people cannot say, oh, Master Ching Hai, she built a pyramid. Because it symbolizes the spiritual connection. No nonsense. Okay? Yeah. Buffalo Bill, yes.
Buffalo Bill?
Yes.
I was wondering, as far as the, I think yesterday you mentioned, like in India, when you're patting your body.
I what?
Like, after meditation, somebody asked you about rubbing the body and stuff. And like when you go into samadhi and you forget about the body. What about when, like, the body is in so much pain? Do you want to move?
Then move.
Really? When it's aggravating the meditation?
Yes, if it's too much unbearable, then move. If you don't move, you die, then must move.
So where's the point that so you actually go into the samadhi first and then the body just goes numb on its own?
I don't know when I was in samadhi, actually. Only when I wake up, I know that my body is still not that yet. Not yet there. Right. So somebody called me suddenly, and then I had to get up, and then I cannot get up. I have no legs, no arms, nothing. And then I have to try and struggle. You know, and suddenly the sense come back, one leg after another. But one leg first, and then I stand up, and the other leg still doesn't listen. So I tried to walk, and I fell down. That's when I realized I'm not yet in fully conscious body, that's all. But I don't know when I went in and when I went out. I never care. It just happened. Understand? I don't make any effort. And that experience, even that, for example, that experience, I realized it when I was laying down and somebody called me, I have to sit up and I couldn't have any bottom to support myself. That was when I was sleeping. And I already realized that I was sleeping that when somebody called me to the office to do something for that particular master. Then I couldn't get up because I have no arms, no legs, and I had trouble for a while. Understand? And afterward, one leg come back, then I walked on the other leg, and it doesn't move. I thought the leg will move, but I move. The leg doesn't move. And so I fell down, understand? So that, and then the arms come back, then I have to massage the invisible leg. And that's all. That's what I tell you, because yesterday you asked me about massage. So I, by the way, just tell you my experience. Just to support it, that's all.
Right.
But I don't remember when I went in and I went out, and I went in all the time. I went out all the time. And I'm always now in and out. And I'm in and out at the same time. At that time I'm in but not out. And this time I'm in and out at the same time. So I don't remember how I went in. I just wake up from the sleep. Understand? I was laying in that place, in that room on the floor. Laying. And I am only conscious that I'm laying when somebody called me. And then I tried to get up. And I couldn't get up because I find that I have no body, no legs. Yeah, it comes back gradually, and also fast. But then because I didn't realize it, that I was laying there, you understand? And of course, the immediate reaction is that you try to get up and walk. And that's how you realize you don't have legs. That is all. Otherwise, I don't even know that I was in and I was out. Nothing. Okay? Just fine. Yes, that's just one of the common occurrence. There are many other different type. Yeah, that sometimes I'm there, but I understand everything around, but I'm not there. It's a very comfortable feeling. It's one of the kind that you are experiencing sometimes when you're in meditation, or many times.
So that's not a phase that everybody would go through necessarily.
Different people has different experience.
Okay.
Maybe I was at low level, so just have it off and on this kind of different experience.
Well, I've read some of the Satmat books.
Yeah.
And I think I read in there that was like the death, sort of a symbolic death of the body.
That was these experiences was at the beginning of my meditation practice. At the beginning of my practice. Later they are different. Yes, they're different. Yeah, it was the beginning. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. And sometimes I know that you can be in different place, in different level, but at the same time you know the things happening around you. Understand? In a both level at the same time. So there are many different kind.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah.
As you know, I have a very active and visual imagination, and there's a times when I experience you talking to me, but it's not like a meditative experience. It's like a telepathic communication.
Understand?
And it in my mind, it's so much like my imagination that I doubt sometimes if it is real or if it isn't. And so I do the 5 names, but I still don't know if my mind is still tricking me.
Understand?
And so is it accurate or is it not accurate?
How do you feel after that? Or between that, during that happening?
Well, many times what happens surprises me. So that makes me think that it wasn't my imagination.
Understand.
But then sometimes not only does what I experience surprise me, but it doesn't make sense with what I experience in the external life. In my external communications.
Yeah.
And so I kind of put it on a shelf and say, well, I'm not sure about this.
For example, what is inside that doesn't fit with the outside?
I'm trying to go back and through to kind of sort through to see which one would be a good example of that.
Maybe you feel like I'm communicating with you and then outside I reject you, is that right?
That hasn't happened. Yeah, that is one of the ways.
Because I just satisfy your inner mental need. And you want it that way. But outside, I cannot do it. Not that I cannot drive, but I don't want to drive. Not to drive with you. But on the other hand, I have to satisfy your sentimental feeling. Therefore, you experience that way. That's correct. That fit also. Understand or not? I understand what you saw. Is that right? Is that right? One of the experience like that, right?
Let me just repeat it back to you to see if I do understand that. That what I experienced was something that was provided by you for me just to help settle me and balance me.
Yeah.
And it was not necessarily anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay? And I really began to understand myself more from that. And I began to understand that the drive in seeking that love from you was synonymous to the drive of seeking that love in myself. And that was the real satisfaction that I was looking for.
Right.
And I realized that no personal relationship
would be satisfying
without that
true understanding of
of self. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Krishna, huh? He's supposed to have a lot of wives, you know. But if I have a lot of husbands, I don't know if you still follow me. Huh? I don't need to make trouble.
Especially if you have 100 and something.
Huh?
16,000.
16,000. It's supposed to be disciples. I don't think wives. I don't think it's just. How can he handle that? Even he's a good driver, he would die.
Previous birth they were disciples.
Yeah.
This birth they became good.
Yes. And also be close to him.
They say, Master, that it was these ladies had been kidnapped by a king of a certain area. Krishna had rescued them, had defeated this lord. So these ladies were free, but they couldn't go back to their homes. No one would accept them.
Understand.
So Krishna had to take them to give them faith.
Understand.
Took them as his wives.
Yeah. All the wives, yeah.
When he used to dance, each one thinks that he's dancing with Krishna.
Yes.
Each one has Krishna.
Yes, because he has such a boundless love that each one is satisfied in their own heart. And they think the master loves them alone.
Yeah.
Is that right? But Vincent doesn't feel that way. He doesn't feel that I love him alone. Oh, he does. That's why I keep hoping all the time.
I feel the master only loves me.
Well, I do. I only love you. It's true, because when I love one person, only that person exists. And each person the same way.
I feel that way.
Yes.
Master, first I want to thank you again, which I already thank you in my spiritual way, but now I want to thank you personally. 2 days before I came to the 7-day retreat here, I got a car accident, and the car was out of control because the tire blew up, and it's just from the fast lane, it's turned to past the other 3 lane and hit the hill, and the car was turning 3 times, and the cassette tape is still play, but everything is
kaput.
Total lost. So some of the people, who drive on the road and stop by and ask me how I feel and everything. And one lady said that she saw the car was flying from, So I just want to thank you for that, helping me and always be with me. Another thing I want to say, yesterday I remember you say you from Mili with the Supreme family. I don't know exactly it's happened in my meditation or I was dreaming, but I saw you was you wear like a navy hat, and you wear the golden dress with the white trim around, and you real big, but around you 1,000 of you the same thing, wear the same clothes and everything, and carry the bamboo stick with the how you call the squat bottle or something like that.
The girl.
Yes.
Good. And then?
And it's like a beautiful church, a temple or church, something like that. So is that what I want to ask is that you say you family with the Supreme family, or that is all of us here and you are the bigger one, the biggest one?
I am the smallest one, you can see.
You are the smallest one and the bigger one. What about us? I mean, we are the same, right?
Right and not right. Right because I know it's right. Not right because you don't know that. My family is bigger than that. What you see is only symbolic of the Master, what we call thousands of transformation body. One and everything. One and thousand. Thousand and one. Understand?
Yes. Thank you, Master.
Dearest Master, this question is very important to me.
Yes, please.
Yes. Since I just get initiated, meditation is new to me. I used to pray to you. I always pray to you before I get initiation. When I feel scared or frightened, but now I know that you're always with me. But I feel guilty, and then I think that I should be responsible what I did. And
that's not right.
Yes. And
so what happened now?
And I think that the best way that I can put down this kind of feeling is to meditate. But when I start meditating, this kind of feeling always disturbs me. So,
what is the problem, kid? If you want to pray, you pray. There's no guilt. What I say to the other person doesn't concern you. You put all responsibility to the Master, all right? I take it all. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. I should do it. I should take care of you, all right? And to the other person, it's different. Don't listen to what I answer them, okay?
No, I know. Even me, I know that you always be with me, but I still get struck with that kind of feeling. I think that I should be responsible for that kind of feeling, so I don't know how to...
Just put it down, okay? Put it down. Put everything down. Let the Master take care, okay?
Thank you,
That's
Pastor.
more comfortable. It's more comfortable that way. It's more suitable for you, okay? To the other person, if I say I take care of everything, if you his ego will get hurt. So I said, all right, you take care.
Yeah? Because as I told you, everything is new to me. That's why I don't know how to handle this problem.
No problem. No problem. If whatever you want to do, you do it. If you want to pray to Master and let Master take care, and you let the Master take care. That's why you need a Master. Huh? If you want to take care of it yourself and you're able to take care of it yourself, then you say, I take care this time. Okay?
Thank you.
Anytime. Anytime. You understand? Yeah. Yes?
Some people don't pray because they think that God should know everything anyhow.
Yes. That's all right. That's also all right. That's a kind of surrender. And some people pray because they surrender. Yes. Different expression. You pray because you surrender. You say, please, I cannot do it. Only you can do. And the other person surrender and think, God knows everything, God do everything. I don't even need to pray. So the same thing. Yeah? Don't feel guilty when you ask Master for anything at all. Many people do that. Most of people do that. They're used to it. They get spoiled and they don't even want to move one finger. Even Master has to fix their telephone, fix their alarm clock, call them to go to work in the morning, take care of their children, and take care of the chicken pox and everything else. Even then they grow a pimple here, they say, Master, I am going to a party, I want a pimple disappear. And then the pimple grow to me. All right, no problem. No problem at all. I'm stronger than you think, huh? Stronger, spiritually. You pray for anything you want. And then I see if you need it or not. And sometimes you don't need that garbage. You just want it for the sake of listening to your own mind. Like children, they want this and that and other, but they don't always need him. Yes, Ben?
Master just said about they want the pimple to disappear, so the pimple goes to Master. Reminds me of a story. There's a disciple in India.
Yeah.
in northern India in the summertime. He was going to visit his master. He got off the train station. It's hot. It's like 50 degrees Celsius. Very hot.
Yeah, I know that summer in India.
Yeah, in northern India.
Northern, worst. Yeah.
So he thought to sit down under a tree. And then he thought of a story, an Indian story. I know the story, I forget the names of the people. It's two lovers.
Yeah.
And the girl used to use an earthen pot. They make big earthen pots in India. And she would use this to float across the river to see her lover. And one of her relatives found out and replaced this pot with an unbaked pot with just the clay. The girl knew this, but rather than give in, rather than let fear conquer her love, she used it anyhow. And halfway in the river, the pot dissolved.
Yeah.
And she kept swimming. She almost made it to the shore. Her lover could see her.
Yeah.
So he jumped in to rescue her, but they both got washed away and drowned.
Yeah.
You know this story, Nimal? Yeah, okay, I don't know the names.
And then?
So then the disciple thought, well, if they can do that just for this type of love, how can I sit under a tree when my master is just a few kilometers away?
Yes.
So he kept walking. When he arrived at the place the master lived, one of the older disciples who lived there said, I knew somebody was coming. I knew you were coming.
That's why Master was standing around in the heat.
Master had been standing out in the heat for an hour since the man walked up. Sawan Singh was the disciple at that time. Babaji was the master.
But they know he's coming.
Yeah, and the Master was walking up and down in the hot, under the sun, in order to absorb some of the heat for the disciple, so that the disciple will not faint on the road, just because of devotion. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We have so many stories in India, huh?
Master, I'm from Penang, Malaysia.
Yes.
Actually, Master's work, I do come across some people who are very receptive, some people, no matter how much you talk, I think they are not so receptive to Master teaching. My question is it fated? People who are receptive to it and some who are not, there's such thing as marked soul or unmarked soul.
Yes, there is such thing. That's my business. No. What I mean is, when you're not in the trade, it's difficult to explain, huh? Yes. Oh, that's just what the saying go, huh? Don't worry about so much about marked and not marked. The easy way to recognize is that that person is interested. Then you know that it's a marked soul. And if that person is not interested, whatever you say, then you know it's his unmarked soul. It's so obvious. No? You know what? This is the beginning of the business. Now I don't care. Yeah? I just let whatever happen. The people ask me how I've lived till now. I told them I don't know. I guess they understand how lonely life has been till I begin again the day you took my hand. And yet I know how lonely life can be. The shadows follow me, and the nights won't let me free. But I won't let the evenings get me down now that you are around me. And you love me too. You thought of just for me. You set my spirits free, and I'm happy that you do. Something else I forgot. Meditate on Him, meditate on Him, who contains the universe and whose holy name is whispered on the lips of the entire creation. Meditate on Him, meditate on Him. Something like that. I don't know the rest.
Queridos televidentes, gracias por acompañarnos en el programa de hoy titulado El Maestro siempre ha estado contigo, parte 3 de 3 en Entre la Maestra y los Discípulos. Por favor, sigan sintonizado a Supreme Master Televisión para una programación más positiva. A continuación sigue extractos de las cartas de Baba Sawam Singh Ji, parte 1 de 2, en Palabras de Sabiduría, después de noticias de interés. Que la gracia de Dios abre las puertas a la infinita alegría y abundancia en sus vidas.
May God's grace open the doors to boundless joy and abundance in your lives. For more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/BMD.